So I heard this the other day and it really stuck with me. So I thought I would share it on this video and have a bit of a discussion and see what you think about this, because it's really made me think quite deeply about a lot of different things. And it was around the subject of that we experience circumstances in our life, and those circumstances create our life in a way that we respond to circumstances, and then the outcome that we have is our life, and it's all down to the circumstances that we experience. So if something happens to us, that dictates where our life goes. And it kind of flipped that on its head and said it's not actually the circumstances that dictate that, it's your perception and your perspective of the circumstances that dictates how you react to it, how you feel about it, and then what you do about it. And it did really hit home for me that you can put two people in exactly the same circumstances but have completely different outcomes based on how they feel in that moment, and then how they choose to react with those feelings and emotions, what actions they take. So you could have two completely different, wildly different outcomes in life, but they both experience the same circumstance. So it really gives us an immense power that if we recognize and accept that, and then when we experience a particular situation or circumstance in our life, it will inherently bring about almost an automatic response in feeling and emotion. And that comes from our subconscious mind that's there to protect us, that is built up of layers of our values, our beliefs, how we were brought up as a child, the experiences that we had that molded our subconscious. But if we catch it in that moment when we are experiencing that circumstance, and we look at how we're feeling and maybe choose a different emotional feeling, or choose a different way of reacting and what our action will be, we could have completely different outcomes. So it feels immensely powerful to me that if we can condition ourselves to have that perspective, to look at every circumstance and not necessarily take the first reaction as that is the way we're going to deal with it, but maybe have some choice in that, you can control and dictate the outcome that you have. Okay, you can't control the circumstance that's happened, but you can control the way you react to it and the outcome you therefore have. So it really struck me and has made me think very deeply about it. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Obviously, people experience all sorts of circumstances in life, some horrific, some traumatizing, some absolutely amazing, and everybody has a perspective of that circumstance or that situation and how they then chose to deal with it. So I'd really like to hear your comments below on what's worked for you, and what perspective have you taken, and how do you see this if you could choose every single time what you want to feel, how you want to react, and therefore what outcome you have in life.